Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, in NFL news, there isn't a whole lot. Buccaneers have adjourned camp, as every other NFL team, and they're not going to be back to the last week of July. This is their time as players to enjoy themselves a little bit for a long gruel to February. They're lucky enough to get to February all the way to the Super Bowl. So they got everything off from now to the last week of July, about 5.5, 6 weeks now. And other than that, not much news, not much movement. No real reporting out of the headquarters of any of the teams. No trading, of course. Uh, everything's really set to go when the training camp begins in July. No word on contract negotiation. Now, this is something that could be taking place. Vita Vea missed the last practice of the OTA, wanting his contract extended. Baker Mayfield did not, and Vita Vea did, and so is Yaya Diaby's contract coming up after this next year. I mean, Yaya Diaby hadn't said anything much about his contract. He's got this next year to play out. So does Vita. So does Baker. But I think Jason Lott's going to take care of one of those three before next February gets here, and he has to take care of two of the three because that'll be too much for him to take care of, frankly. So we'll see how it goes with Vita. I don't think he'll be a holdout. He was in the OTAs every day except the last one. I think he just stayed out of the last one to protest, and he's got these weeks now. And there could be a contract negotiation extension, whatever. We don't know. We hadn't heard of anything. Any of those three players could get a contract extension before the start of training camp. Baker Mayfield has said that he won't negotiate after the start of training camp. If he don't have one, he don't have one. He'll wait till the season's over. He's not going to get himself distracted in contract negotiations. And that's not what Vita Vea said. Yaya Diaby's not made any comment or mentioned anything about a contract. Okay? And we'll just see how it rolls out in the next few weeks. And that's going to be about it for the Buccaneers, unless something happens, God forbid, catastrophic. They're going to be gone from the facility. The cafeteria is going to be gone from the facility. Some of the general managers and coaches will be around there, but the players are long gone. And I suspect most of the coaches are long gone too, because this is a time for everybody to go and vacation or go home and rest or go home and do other things besides football. It's one time a year. If you're a football involved in any way, you get a little time off, and that goes for the Bucs and every other team in the NFL. We'll keep you posted as we get any more information on the Bucs, if there's anything that really happens over there at One Buck Place. We'll go to the Tampa Bay Rays. They lost again last night, 12-5 to Kansas City Royals. They lost two straight at home in Tropicana Field. They end the third game of that series against the Kansas City Royals tonight. We hope they can squeeze out a win. The Royals bats have been hot, scoring 12 on them. The second game of the series, they only lost by 2-1 when nobody could get a hit. Last night seemed like everybody was getting hit. They just scored 7 more runs than we did. We've been in a little bit of funk. Our bats have been a little bit quiet. Our pitching's been a little bit slow. But this happens in the 162 game season. Happens in every baseball series and every baseball team. And we're still just a couple games out of first place in our division behind the Yankees. There's been no serious injuries to speak of. They're just in a funk, to be honest with you. And they got to get up out of it. And they've been doing real good at home, but they've lost 2 straight now here at home. So we want to try to get them back on the rebound. And that game, as we tape this show, will happen in about half hour after the finishing of this show. And if you can't make it over to Tropicana Field, WDAE, 620 AM, 95.7 FM. You can hear the whole game from start to finish. Post-game comments. Just giving them a plug if you can't get to Tropicana Field. As far as the NHL and the hockey, well, we all know it's finished for the year too. I do want to shout out congratulations to the New York Knickerbockers of the National Basketball Association NBA champs. First time in 53 years, NBA champion. And they got it done against the San Antonio Spurs in 5 games. Congratulations to the NBA champion New York Knickerbockers. And for 53 years, you couldn't say that. So congratulations to them. And that is it on the NBA for their season. And the NHL and hockey. The Carolina Hurricanes win their second Stanley Cup over the Las Vegas squad, the Vipers from Las Vegas, the Knights. The Golden Knights of Vegas lost in 5 games. So congratulations to the Carolina team winning their second Stanley Cup and ending the NHL and claiming Lord Stanley's Cup. So the NHL in hockey, the NBA in basketball, done. And now baseball continues to run, and football is done for a while too. We'll keep you posted on any other sports. There's a Travelers Championship Golf PGA tournament this weekend up in Connecticut. That's about it as far as I know. There's going to be a NASCAR race, but since they've been on Amazon Prime for the last 5 weeks, I hadn't followed it real close. I'm just going to not submit to going having to get another subscription to watch Amazon Prime 5 races of NASCAR. I've been watching as many other racing circuits, the Indy cars, and I've been watching, of course, my golf as much as I can. We'll keep you posted on any other prevailing sport that'll happen over the next weeks. But this is a time in summer that there just isn't a whole lot of sports. There's a lot of them. Of course, there's the soccer, and I'm not even going to try to pretend as if I know anything about soccer, other than I know there's going to be a cut after this third game in the groups, and they will move to a group of 32, and then from that 32, they will move for a group of 16. And how many games in this second tier of groups they play, I do not know. I know America's won twice, beat Paraguay, and they had beaten Australia, and they will play Turkey tomorrow night. But they have moved on to the 32 round because you have to win your group, and they will have won their group. So that's about all in the sports. If you're a soccer fan, you got plenty to watch, and if you're a baseball fan, you do. And you can watch the NBA draft. Tonight's the second round of the NBA draft. The Magic from Orlando, which is the nearest team to our media outlet here, picked 42nd tonight in the second round. Had no first round pick. Now we'll go to your questions, and the first question is from Deborah, and Deborah wanted to know about the Orlando Magic. What did I think about the hiring of their coach, Sweeney, and their future of next year? I think Sweeney was a bad hire. I think Tom Thibodeau, Billy Donovan would have been a better head coach. They have head coaching experience. Sean Sweeney has had a lot of experience as an assistant coach, about 14 years. He was with the San Antonio Spurs, who were in the NBA Finals. He's a fine young coach, I'm sure. But Orlando, Deborah's got a problem with a leader. Maybe he's the leader. But, I mean, they bypassed some pretty big name coaches to go with him. And I myself would have went and liked to have somebody that had a background in the NBA. I don't think he's the man. I think Jamel Mosley, that took 3 years to the playoffs out of 5, would have been the man to keep if you're going to get another assistant coach. I mean, he was 3 years in the playoffs. Even though he got beat every year in the first round, he got there. 3 out of 5 years he made the playoffs, and you fired him, okay? And he was an assistant coach, so what's the difference you bringing this guy in? He's going to go better? He's going to do better with the same players? Nah. As far as outlook for next year, sadly, I don't think it's going to be any better. Pablo Banchero is not a Tier 1 player. In the NBA, they have the Tier 1, Tier 2 players. Tier 1s are the all-star superstars, LeBron James, Steph Curry, these top players. He's not a Tier 1 player. So you're counting on Banchero to be your Tier 1 player at Orlando. He's not it. Suggs is not it. Anthony Black's not it. It's trash. They trash, okay? They 16th out of 30. They might be 18th out of 30. They might make the first round. They're going nowhere with that team. They're not going out in free agency and getting any big name players. I don't look for no big thing out of Orlando. I'd like to see it, but it's not going to happen. When they did have a good team, they had a guy named Shaquille O'Neal in a rookie year. Had a guy named Penny Hardaway. And they went up and got a guy that played with Michael Jordan named Horace Grant. Put them all together, and they went to the championship. They lost, but they made it. And the Magic ain't never done it again. I don't think they will, because I just don't think they're going to go out and be aggressive enough to get the players that's got to be got. All righty. We'll keep you posted on the NBA. A little bit more NBA because the NBA championship was a real great thing. Thank you, Deborah, for your question. God bless you. The next question is from Elizabeth, and she wanted to know about Baker Mayfield's contract, whether I thought Baker Mayfield would be signed before the training camp. Elizabeth, I don't know. He wants $200 $1 million. He wants $50 million guaranteed contract for 4 years. I think that the Bucs are in the neighborhood of 40 million for 3 years, like 130, 140. And I don't think Baker's going to take the contract. Now, if he doesn't take the contract and he goes through this next year and they do good, and they say, well, Baker, we'll go up a little bit, he'll say, no, I want to be a free agent. And they said, well, we can franchise tag you for you not to be able to go anywhere. That'd be $65 million to the Bucs. $65 million. So, Baker's smart. He knows what he's got to do. He's got to go out there and win. If he wins, they want Baker. It's just at the price that Baker wants to what they want. He wants the bag. He wants the bag to take home when it's all said and done. He's 31 years old now. I mean, Baker, he's 31 years old. So 4-year more deal, plus this year, that'd be 5 more years on his career. I'm not saying he's over the hill because I got a guy right here that was a lot older than that. Okay? But he wants to be paid comparable. And almost every quarterback in the National Football League, sadly, is his truth, is getting $50 million a year. Baker's getting 30. Okay? Baker's getting $30 million. This is his last of a 3-year deal. He's getting 40 this year. He's still below what all the other ones are getting. Okay? So when they're trying to lowball him like that, he ain't ready to do that. Okay? He's gonna bet on himself. And if he wins that bet, the Bucs gonna pay. Okay? And if the Bucs don't pay and put a franchise tag on him, they're gonna pay him like $65 million a year. And that's gonna hurt. Okay? But we'll just have to see. I don't believe it's gonna be done, but it could be done. And when we talked about what the Bucs are doing over there in silence right now, they could be negotiating that contract with Baker Mayfield. Very well could be. And they could be negotiating one of the Vita Vea right on along with them. We don't know, but it could have happened. We'll just have to see the next few weeks. We'll keep you posted. And God bless you for that question. That was a real good question. And the last question tonight is, again, about the Major League umpiring and the computer system for strikes and balls. Do I believe, and this is from Johnny, that's a good system? Johnny, I think it is. I watched the players come out and tap their helmet, or the catcher of the team that's out on the field tap their helmet. And if any one of them tap their helmet, they go to the review. And if that ball is inside that box, it's a strike. And if it's outside that ball, it's a ball. And they get 2 of them. And if they get them right, they can do them all night long. And if they miss 2, they ain't getting no more. Okay? But boy, you ought to see, Johnny, as you have, how many times the catcher knows it's a strike. He said ball. And umpire goes right to the screen. There's the ball in it. You can see it inside. Strike. So it's good. It's a good system. It's quick, and I mean quicker than you can say it's quick. Okay? It ain't no playing around. Ain't no games. Ain't no television conferences. They get right on there, see that screen, and whether that ball is touching inside of it, you see the color, it's a strike, and if it ain't there, it's a ball. And the catcher a lot of times down there, Johnny, is down there low, he can see whether the ball is a little bit higher. We've always known that in baseball. But this takes that out of it. I think it's a real good thing, Johnny, and they will continue to keep it, in my opinion. It's only my opinion, but I think they will. All righty. God bless each and every one of you for continuing to support the show. Wish we'd had a longer show tonight. Don't have a whole lot in sports going on as we just went over. You continue to get a hand out to somebody that needs it. Be good to one another. We need more love. We need hate in this world. We got plenty of that hate, okay? Until next show, God bless you. Cowboy out.